Hello. My name is Agent James Avery. Is anyone home? I'd like to ask you a few questions. There you are. Yeah, this is Agent Avery. 1819 McAllister Lane. Basement, 2 bodies, probably more. Send backup. Yeah. Bye.
Welcome back to Life and Death and More Death, the podcast where we don't just unpack true crime, but we unpack the lives of the serial killers behind the crime. From the minute these people are born to, well, their death, we're going to unpack their entire lives. I'm your host, Jenny, and if you're new here, we are on Season 5, Episode 4, and to celebrate our 5th season, we've kind of mixed things up a little bit. We're unpacking the life of an active, wanted serial killer. Not one that's already done all their killing, that's been arrested. No, an active serial killer. And to mix things up even more, we actually have a special guest today. So please welcome Special Agent James Avery, who is the primary confidant on the Media Killer case, which, if you haven't heard, which would be crazy if you haven't heard, that's like the biggest serial killer case in the news right now. James, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, Jenny, thanks for having me on the show. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. Seriously, it's an honor for me to have you here. Do you know how good this will be for my views? I'm gonna get so many views because of this. This is a crazy huge case. And the thing is, people would rather hear about a wanted serial killer than another episode about Ted Bundy,
True crime types are weird.
So, can you tell our viewers at home who you are, what you do, and what your role in this case is?
Yeah, sure thing. So, I am a special agent. So, basically what that means is I'm kind of the lead investigator of a case. Any and all information about the case goes from me and goes through me before it gets published. I lead all the investigations. I have all the information. I'm kind of the head of the whole case.
What information do we actually have about the notorious media killer?
The media killer is strange because we don't really have any information about him. We have no eyewitness reports, no other testimonies or anything. The only thing we do have is limited DNA testing, and all that's gotten us is that we know he's probably a 20-somethings male.
Okay, so obviously we'll refer to him as him for the rest of this episode. Not because women can't be serial killers too. Feminism is about equality, so that's not what I'm saying. But as you heard, DNA shows that he is a male. So, Mr. Avery, how did you become the lead detective on this case?
I actually chose it.
Why? It just seems like a really difficult case.
Oh, it definitely is, but I think that's kind of part of the fun. Because the circumstances of the first incident were just so strange and bizarre that I just told myself, I have to get to the bottom of it, There was just something so unique about it that I just had to figure out more.
Okay, the first incident was the one in the woods, yes?
Correct.
Cool. And then, the first incident, that was the one in the woods, right?
Correct.
Okay. So, his name. We call him the media killer. Obviously, we don't know who he is. Why is he called the media killer?
Because so far, both of the reported incidents have had something to do with media.
Okay, that's a little concerning as a podcast host, but it's okay. I'm not gonna get murdered, guys, I promise. So then, these incidents, how many have there actually been?
So far, there have only been 2 reported incidents.
Really? Doesn't there need to be more for it to be considered connected?
We normally wouldn't consider only 2 cases to be a serial killer case, but in this case, the 2 incidents were so close in proximity to each other and they featured the same MO that we figured they'd have to be connected somehow.
For the viewers at home, MO means modus operandi, which is basically like how they killed the people, how they committed their crimes, the whole like the method, I guess.
You did your research, huh? I'd be careful what you say, though. A lot of information about this case isn't available to the public yet, so you better be careful not revealing anything that's classified.
Okay, no, I know. All of my notes only come from public information, so we should be good there. So, Mr. Avery.
Call me James, please. Call me James, please.
Okay, James. Do you think, like, the location has anything to do with his victims? Because it doesn't seem like there's any consistency.
Yeah, it doesn't really seem to be any consistency to us either. I mean, take the first incident, for example.
The one in the woods?
Correct. It was just some random guy deep in the woods. A missing persons case gets called in, we go and investigate it, and the only thing we recovered was a film camera. The victim was filming some kind of, like, school biology project when he got attacked by the media killer.
Wow, that's a crazy story.
You know what's even crazier about it? Nothing ever came of it.
Really?
There was never a body recovered or anything. We had top environmentalists, top analysts, everybody go out there, and the only thing we found was the film equipment. It was like he disappeared out of thin air.
Wait, they never found a body? I didn't. I've been researching this case a lot, and there's been no mention of them never finding a body.
and from that point on, I was like, oh, I just got to take care of this case now because I just got to know what's going on here.
Okay. Okay. So, anyways, the most recent victim, Nicholas Clark. What can you tell me about him?
All we know is that he was a student at the local community college. He was their head of media, and he was giving a live stream of a new facility in the school. His body went undiscovered for 3 days because no one went back into that building.
All right. Good evening, Duncan State Pirates. My name is Nicholas Clark. I'm your head of media here at Duncan State Community College. And welcome to our live stream tour of our brand new auditorium. Here you go. It seats about 270 people pretty comfortably. We just renovating it this week, and only our graduating seniors have had access to it. We just actually finished taking their senior pictures here a couple minutes ago. All right, let's move on to the stage. All right. Eddie? Hi. Don't know if anybody watching heard that, but they did just finish maintenance back here, so it's probably just some precariously balanced tool that they left behind. Anyway, let's keep the tour moving. All right, back here we have our back hallway and our stage shop there. Not too much different. You've probably seen it all before. We mostly use it for storage, but what I can actually show you is right here. And this is our brand new green room. It's kind of a mess right now. We just finished up a big project. We do got some new shelves, some new lighting fixtures for the actors, and plenty of new costumes. See, I think we've got a pretty nice setup in here. And over here, across the hall, is our brand new dance studio. Hello? Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Why is that guy? Why is he here? God, what does he want from me? I can't do it, guys. I'm sorry, live stream's over. Get off me! No, stay back! No! No!
And just like the first incident, nothing ever came from this case. No body, no phones, nothing. We think the phone got lost or destroyed somewhere because forensics and police haven't even been able to trace its location.
Are you sure? Because the phone was traced, and then I'm pretty sure the phone was traced, but then the evidence got thrown out because of someone on the force, and there was some weird internal thing. So but the
Where did you find that information?
well, like I said, I did some digging. I was up all night preparing for this. So
what did I tell you about information that hasn't been publicly released yet?
No, and I know, and I'm sorry. I just because I was able to.
Do you know what could happen if that got out?
But I didn't. I
delete it.
Delete it.
Delete it off of your podcast.
Okay, I won't put it in the podcast. Okay.
Off the document too.
You want me to delete the document?
Delete it. Delete it.
Okay. Okay, it's deleted.
Look, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have snapped you like that. That was out of line. That was on me. I shouldn't have done that.
No, it's okay. I understand. And I'll edit all of that part out. We can just get back into talking about the public details. I'm really sorry.
I just really like my job, and we would both get in a lot of trouble if classified information got out to the public.
I don't want that to happen. I'll trust me. None of that's going to be in the podcast.
I mean, this case is just one giant rabbit hole, and there's just so much information floating around, and it's hard to keep track of.
You're telling me I've got this whole notebook just full of notes on it.
Yeah, there is a lot of information. Information like Nicholas Clark saw some things he shouldn't have, and that's why he got killed.
What do you mean by, did you know Nicholas Clark? How do you know about his personal relationships?
Because I killed him.
Okay, no, seriously, like, how do you know?
It's not a joke. And I'll prove it. Hello everyone, my name is Special Agent James Avery, and welcome to another episode of Life, Death, and More Death. You see, Jenny couldn't make it this week, so I'm going to take over for her. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about the hottest name in the true crime zeitgeist, the media killer, aka me. Now if you're watching and you're wondering, why did you do it? Well, I'll tell you. You see, Alex Carroll was an old friend of mine, and they had some dirt that I kind of cheated my way through college and was going to report it, so I had to get rid of him. My second victim was someone named Nicholas Clark. You see, he was an amateur filmmaker who did some digging and got his nose in some place it shouldn't have been and had some information about Alex Carroll's death, so I had to get rid of them too. And my third victim? Well, Jenny was just going to get in the way. And now, thanks to her numerous followers on all of her platforms, I'm about to be the most famous person on the planet. Thank you so much for letting me come on and host this week. It really was a pleasure. Jenny, you really should have stuck with those episodes about Ted Bundy. That's all the time I've got for this week. We'll see you guys next week on another episode of Life, Death, and More Death. Yeah, this is Agent James Avery. No, I'm not doing anything. Yeah, I'm on call. Oh, no, I'm not busy. I was doing an interview with someone. Yeah. 1819 McAllister Lane. Okay. Yeah, I can go check it out. Alright. Yeah, thanks.